In 1519, the most powerful empire in the Americas could raise 200,000 warriors, but by 1521, its capital was a ghost town. Not because of guns, not because of gods, but because of a single invisible enemy that arrived in one man's breath. This is the story of the empire that a disease destroyed. When we think of empires falling, we imagine battles, betrayals, and burning cities. But history's greatest massacre had no arrows, no cannons, only fever blisters. The Aztec Empire was the Rome of the New World, a civilization of floating gardens, massive pyramids, and military might. And it didn't die by the sword, it died by a sneeze. What you're about to hear changes everything you thought you knew about conquest. In 1518, the Aztec capital of Tenochtitlan was a marvel. It was bigger than Paris, cleaner than Rome, built on a lake with canals instead of streets, aqueducts bringing fresh water, and botanical gardens that impressed even Spanish invaders. The Aztecs ruled 5 to 6 million people. Their warriors were elite fighters who had never lost a major war. Their priests controlled a calendar more accurate than Europe's. Their emperor, Moctezuma II, sat on a throne decorated with feathers and gold that Europeans couldn't even dream of. Then, in April 1519, a Spanish conquistador named Hernán Cortés landed on the Gulf Coast with 500 men, 16 horses, and a few cannons. The Aztecs laughed at him from a distance, but Cortés brought something he didn't even know he had. One of Cortés's African slaves, a man infected with smallpox, stepped onto Mexican soil in 1519. Within days, the disease jumped from that one person to the nearest indigenous village. Smallpox was a European killer that had been circulating in the Old World for centuries, so Europeans had built up some immunity. But the Aztecs had never seen it. No prior exposure, no natural defenses, zero immunity. Smallpox normally kills about 30% of first contact populations, but among the Aztecs, mortality reached 50 to 80%. In just 1 year, around 3 million people died. Smallpox doesn't kill cleanly. It blinds its victims. It covers the body in blisters that turn into black, rotting sores while the person is still alive. Entire families woke up sick in the morning and were dead by nightfall. There weren't enough healthy hands left to bury the bodies. Parents abandoned children. Children watched their parents rot. The empire's heart was still beating, but its veins were filling with poison. By 1520, the Aztec Empire was already a walking corpse. Cortés just didn't know it yet. When the Spanish finally attacked Tenochtitlan, they didn't face an army of 200,000 warriors. They walked through a morgue. One Spanish soldier wrote in his diary, "The streets were so covered with dead that we could not walk without stepping on them." The new emperor, Cuitlahuac, took the throne only to die of smallpox just 80 days later. The entire leadership of the empire evaporated overnight. The canals that once carried trade goods and flower petals now ran red with blood and black with rotting flesh. The survivors were too weak to fight, too weak to farm, too weak even to pray to their gods for mercy. When the Spanish finally broke through the city's defenses, fewer than 200,000 Aztecs remained, from a population that had been several million just 2 years earlier. Cortés didn't conquer the Aztecs, he inherited a graveyard. The Aztec Empire wasn't destroyed by superior technology or brilliant military strategy. It was destroyed by biology. This same story happened again and again across the Americas. The Inca Empire lost their emperor and roughly 60% of their population to smallpox before the Spanish conquistador Pizarro even arrived. In North America, an estimated 90% of indigenous peoples died from Old World diseases like measles, influenza, and smallpox, decades before English colonists ever pushed west. The Aztecs built enormous temples to their gods. They offered human blood to keep the sun moving across the sky. But no sacrifice, no prayer, no warrior could protect them from a virus they could not see, could not understand, and could not stop. The Aztecs believed the gods could be satisfied with blood, but in the end, the greatest empire of Mesoamerica fell not to a conquistador's sword, not to a priest's cross, but to a single slave's cough on a single ship on a single day. That is the power of disease. That is the forgotten apocalypse, the empire that died from a sneeze. Thanks for watching.